The South is growing, and the city of Atlanta, the capital of the South, is helping to drive that growth. Our city is booming. New people coming in and new infrastructure coming in. And as new homes, apartments, and businesses continue to rise, employers say they are sometimes struggling to find enough skilled workers to keep up with that growing demand. So this week at the Georgia World Congress Center, top young trades professionals are competing in the SkillsUSA Championships, showcasing careers in plumbing, HVAC, and other skilled trades that are very much in demand right now. Daniel Quinonez, incoming CEO of the Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors National, is joining us live to tell us all about it. Danielle, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, let's start with this. It looks like you've got a lot going on right behind you there in this live shot. Tell us what we're looking at here. What's going on?
So right behind me, we have about 50 plumbing competitors from around the country. Each of them have won their state level skills championship in plumbing, and they've come to represent their individual states around the U.S. They're amazing kids. Some are in high school, college, technical schools, and a lot of these kids are just getting ready to hopefully launching their career in the plumbing industry.
So, Daniel, the folks we're seeing behind you, they're part of that young next generation of people going into the trades. How many people do you hope, do people in the business hope follow in their path and get into this business?
Well, I will tell you, one of the stats that we look nationwide, there's about a need to replace about 500,000 plumbing and HVAC contractors in the industry over the next 10 years. Just in the Georgia, Atlanta area, we need about 24,000 new contractors to come in over the next few years to replace those that are retiring, moving on, or selling their businesses. So this is just an example of the level of training that these kids have to do each day in a job site that they'll be going to.
I want to just stop you there for a second. Did I hear you right when you said 500,000? That is the number of jobs that need to be filled nationally?
Yes, I'd say over the next 10 years, it's an incredibly large number. And so much of what we do on the plumbing and HVAC technician side can only be done by a human being. It can't be replaced by AI. There's not much in robotics yet. The technology is advancing, but you're still going to need that skill trade individual. And what we encourage these young folks to do is get into this trade, learn this craft. It is such a successful, lucrative, personally fulfilling position. And I think once they find themselves in it, they find themselves in a lifelong career of success. And I think many do enjoy it over the years they're involved in.
I want to talk to you a little bit about those opportunities for young people in just a moment, but I want to spend a second here first on this. That number, 500,000, that's the delta between, you said, over the next 10 years, the jobs that are needed and currently the people who are lining up to take them. What's driving that? Is it all growth of the demand driving it, or is there also not enough turnover of people staying in the business? In other words, are fewer people going into the trades compared to perhaps generations in the past?
Well, actually, it's interesting. The trades right now is probably one of the hottest industries you can get into, specifically when you look at plumbing and HVAC, electrical, welding. There's so many opportunities for young folks that realize that maybe college isn't for them, but this is an opportunity to grow in a successful career. And what we're seeing is that with the large-scale construction that's taken place with data centers and large-scale other projects like hospitals and large retail complexes being built, you still need that day-to-day service contractor, that plumber, that technician who fixes your HVACs at homes and small businesses. So there's so many opportunities are out there for youngsters to get into this career, and the sky's the limit. And I think they're seeing that more and more each day. And I think one of the groups that we're seeing that are actively listening now are parents. Parents are seeing that college may not be the option for our son. Maybe that's not the one they want to go into. But what they're seeing is, hey, look at the trades as an opportunity. There's a lifeline of success, growth, learning, and education, and hopefully one day grow to be business owners themselves.
Let's talk about some of those opportunities for somebody who might be watching this right now and thinking, hey, this is a path I want to pursue. Where can people go? Where can young people go to take that first step in getting into the trades?
Most importantly, I always stress that this is, for example, SkillsUSA. SkillsUSA is about 110 different trades that are going on at this 3-day event. There's thousands of young kids that are here training on these different trades. But I always encourage kids, talk to their school counselors, find out what's going on in their school programs. There's schools, community colleges, there's local programs in VOTEC. And at PHCC, we even offer opportunities through our online academy and our local brick and mortar schools. Look for those opportunities. There's so many available routes for a young person to get into this trade. They just have to look. And that's the most important thing, is go out there and find what you really want to do.
And you said something earlier I think it's important to circle back to during our conversation here. You said this is the kickstart point of careers that can last somebody's lifetime. They can be lucrative. They can be sustaining through decades of a career. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Well, it's so much. It starts at the very beginning. We always say it's looking into the industry and what you're looking forward to doing. And where do your dreams want to take you in this type of industry? We have so many different avenues that are there. And it could end up being on the plumbing or HVAC side. But once you get into your career and building as your apprenticeship, then it's moving on into working for a particular contractor or company, and you find out where you want to go with that. You can grow in that company. You can learn business skills. You can learn requirements that they need to study to become a master plumber. And over time, the hope is you gain your credentials, your skill, you move into a company with growth, or you open your own contracting business. And I have seen numerous stories. It's become so lucrative. I always try to say it's the new millionaire generation.
All right, Daniel, we're just starting to lose your signal a little bit there, but that is okay because we're short on time here anyway, and we got to have 99% of that conversation and heard you clear as a bell. Daniel Quinonez,
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for shining a spotlight on this next generation of tradespeople. Much more to come just after the break. Stay with us.